Welcome back, race fans, to the Marble Cup Season 2. Will the Cherry Bombs show their dominance? Will the Sausage Speeders fall short again? Will the Cheesy Chasers ever win a race? Just a few of the questions that come to mind here at the New York Grand Prix. This circuit has a variety of features, including the rumble strip, which will definitely cause some trouble, as well as the updated pit lane, and of course, plenty of turns and straights. This is definitely an exciting day for racing. Here's the final results, one of the few changes this season, which will determine the starting order for the qualifying. And the marbles are in the blocks. And away we go for the qualifying of the New York Grand Prix. And already the Polar Rollers get stuck in the rumble strip, taking them to 11th place already. And the Blues are having a good start with Sausage Speeders trying to come up behind. Blues trying to have a repeat of race 5, but the Sausage Speeders passed them. Now for the second lap. Lightweight in third place, good for them, having not a very good first season. They're trying to make a redemption. With Blues and Sausage Speeders neck and neck right here, Sausage Speeders drafting the Blues, and the Blues counter drafts, giving them a good lead for the final lap of the qualifying. But both of them go through the rumble strip, and then the Algies come and push the Sausage Speeders to first place, who have to go in the pit lane because of that. And now the Algies are in first place. And now the Cherry Bombs out of nowhere are in third place, trying to come and take first place from the Algies. And the Algies will be winning the New York Grand Prix qualifying round. A new change to the season is that the winner of the qualifying, as well as second and third, will be getting extra bonus points. So that's definitely something to keep in mind for this season. And now, for the New York Grand Prix. The marbles are in the blocks. And away we go for the New York Grand Prix. 14 laps, and already the Sausage Speeders take the rumble strip, taking them to last place. They were on the front row, so this is definitely a disappointment for them. The Algies having a good lead here. Rangers coming out of nowhere. They weren't even a part of the top 5 during the qualifying, and now they're in the top 5 already, trying to take on the lightweights. Neck and neck on the conveyor belt with the lightweights, and they take first place as the Algies fall down the conveyor belt. But then the lightweights take it back down now for lap 3. A lot of marbles going in this rumble strip. That's probably not a good idea if you want to win this race. Lightweights still in first place, and now the road racers out of nowhere come and take first place from the lightweights, with the Rangers still trying to come up from behind, but they take the pit lane, taking the road racers down to third. Rangers extending their lead from the rest of the pack, with the Algies trying to close it, but they're having trouble with battling with the road racers here. They go through the rumble strip, but get pushed along by some other marbles. Now they have to really slow down, as some marbles have some trouble accessing the pit lane. With the Rangers extending their lead dramatically, not even close to the rest of the field, and they go through the the rumble strip, allowing a whole bunch of other marbles, including the Rangers, the Algies to come in and take first place. Blues and Algies first and second place now, but the Rangers won't have it. Blues trying to keep a lead with the Algies coming close behind. Rangers trying to take it here, and the Rangers take second place from Algies. The Blues trying to have a repeat here of race 5, with the Rangers on their tail, taking the rumble strip, losing a lot of time, giving the Blues a huge lead here. Up the conveyor belt, Blues about 2 sections of the conveyor belt ahead, and there go the Rangers, taking back first place from the Blues. The Algies in third place, but the Rangers take the rumble strip, but get pushed along by the other marbles, so they retain first place here, with the Crazy Crabs now in second place, passing the Blues, and now trying to put pressure on the Rangers. Rangers definitely put a lot of hard work and training in the between seasons because of their devastating defeat in race 6 of the Marble Cup. They could have had the win, but ended up getting 4th because of their poor placement in the last race. Crazy Crabs putting pressure on the Rangers, and Saucy Speeders gotten all the way back up to 3rd place already, starting out in 12th place, and now they're in 1st place, neck and neck with the Rangers as the Rangers take it back. Saucy Speeders putting pressure on the Rangers. Definitely a comeback for them. They are good racers right there. And the Rangers get a huge lead as 2nd and 3rd place take the rumble strip. Rangers really extending themselves from the rest of the pack here as the Crazy Crabs are trying to get closer up with the Saucy Speeders as well, but they keep having trouble with the rumble strip, allowing the Rangers to get farther ahead. Every second wasted is a second gained by the Rangers. Now for the final lap of the New York Grand Prix, with the Rangers having a fantastic lead. Crazy Crabs in 2nd, Saucy Speeders in 3rd place, giving a push to the Crazy Crabs. Maybe they're trying to help each other just to dethrone the Rangers, but their attempts are futile as the Rangers will be the winners of the New York Grand Prix, with the Crazy Crabs in 2nd and the Algaes in 3rd place. Definitely a dominating win by the Rangers in this race. They must have put some real hard work into their skills in the mid-season. Rangers fans extremely happy winning the first race of Marble Cup Season 2. Let's take a look at some of the replays here. Right at the start, Saucy Speeders hit the rumble strip and takes them to last place. I'm telling you, this rumble strip can make or break your race. That's one of the things that the Rangers did here to excel, was not take the rumble strip as much as possible, and if you do, force the other marbles to push you ahead. There's a good move by the Rangers here, and here's the great move, comeback move by the Saucy Speeders, who's unfortunately started back in 12th, coming back up as a comeback. Congratulations to the Rangers 1st place, Crazy Crabs in 2nd, and Algaes in 3rd place. Rangers, sweet smell of victory after a defeat in the last race of the Marble Cup Season 1. They definitely worked hard to get here. With the Crazy Crabs in 2nd, good podium for them, not having a podium the last couple races of the Marble Cup. Now we'll have to take a look at the points. Rangers a full 5 seconds ahead of the Crazy Crabs. That's definitely a dominating win. And the Algaes taking 2nd place from the Crazy Crabs because of the 3 bonus qualifying points. Definitely something to look at this season. Thank you all so much for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe, and stay tuned for race 2 of the Marble Cup at Singapore. Welcome back, race fans, to the Marble Cup Season 2. The Rangers dominated race 1 5 seconds ahead of the rest of the field. Can they keep the pole, or will the pressure be too great? We'll have to find out here at the Singapore Grand Prix. This will be a more technical course featuring the sky rail section, which will definitely be a challenge, and only 90-degree sharp corners. The focus of this circuit is not on speed, but on skill and strategy. Who will prevail on top? Here are the standings from race 1, with the Rangers on top and the Algaes in 2nd. And the Saucy Speeders got 1st in the funnels. Hopefully they'll have a better start this race. And now for the qualifying of the Singapore Grand Prix. The marbles are in the blocks, and away we go. And the Blues are already off to a good start with the Polar Rollers in 2nd, but they lose a bunch of places in the sky rail, with now the Algaes and Saucy Speeders in the top 3, along with the Blues up the conveyor belt for the first of 3 laps. With the Rangers far back, dominating race 1, the Rangers are having a hard time getting back up for the qualifying. Saucy Speeders fending off the Polar Rollers through the sky rail, and now Team Boba is in 3rd place, now trying to take 2nd from the Saucy Speeders up the conveyor belt here. Algaes in 4th place. The Blues having a dominating qualifying. Seems like their strength is in the qualifying so far. They had a good qualifying in race 1, and now the Team Boba and Algaes both overcome the Saucy Speeders. Saucy Speeders take back third, and the Team Boba is in second place now. With the Blues in the lead, going to take home the first place of the qualifying for the Singapore Grand Prix, with Team Boba in second and Saucy Speeder in third place. Rangers all the way down in eighth. It's going to be hard for them to come back up for another victory. And now for race 2 of the Marble Cup. The marbles are in the blocks, and away we go for the Singapore Grand Prix. And the Blues are getting a great start already, still trying to have another race 5 repeat, but they're not having it a very easy time right now because the Saucy Speeders are close behind, and the Crazy Crabs now are in third place. Where did they come from? And here come the Rangers starting in 8th place already. They do not want to lose this race. Already up in the top 3. That is determination right there. The Blues and Saucy Speeders battling first. Down the back straight they go, with the Saucy Speeders drafting the Blues, and the Blues counter draft there. With the Rangers on both of their tails coming into the Sky Rail here. They all take the same rail. They're all really having a battle here, and there go the Rangers passing the Saucy Speeders for second place, and now on to the Blues. Blues see the Rangers behind them. They do not like what they're seeing. Rangers have the potential to dominate another race here. The Blues do not want that to happen, so they are trying to get as far away from the Rangers as possible as the Algaes take third place from the Saucy Speeders up the conveyor belt. Rangers trying to close the gap between them and the Blues, and then they just did. They are neck and neck right here, and there go the pass, the Algaes of the Rangers to first place, with Blues in second. Now the Saucy Speeders pass the Blues. The Blues are having a downfall here in the 5th lap. The Saucy Speeders and the Rangers battling for first place here. Rangers trying to get a quick lead so before the other marbles can do anything. Saucy Speeders do not want that to happen though, as they are trying to keep close. With Crazy Crabs in 4th place, Polar Rollers in 5th up the conveyor belt here. Rangers are already stretching their lead down the backstretch. Saucy Speeders trying to keep that from happening, and the Blues are in 3rd place. They are just trying to keep the podium here, with the Crazy Crabs and Polar Rollers trying to take 3rd place from the Blues. Crazy Crabs, podium finishers of race 1, not something to mess around with. The Rangers and Saucy Speeders still in 1st and 2nd. The Rangers trying to get ahead yet still. Saucy Speeders falling behind, have a little trouble getting in the Sky Rail there, and that was just enough to give the Rangers a lead. But the marbles behind the Saucy Speeders give them a push, getting them closer to the Rangers. They both know what will happen if the Rangers get too far ahead. With the Blues now back in 3rd place here, trying to get up to the Saucy Speeders, and there go the Polar Rollers and Crazy Crabs taking 3rd place away. And was that the Cherry Bombs who just went in the pit lane? They are already up to 6th place, being in last place last race. Definitely was not a good race for them last race. Maybe they'll be able to have a good finish here. With the Polar Rollers trying to take on the Saucy Speeders, and the Rangers take the pit lane, allowing the Saucy Speeders to take 1st place from them. Polar Rollers trying to take 2nd place from the Rangers. Rangers are not happy that they are not in 1st place. With the Saucy Speeders trying to extend their lead now, trying to get as far away from the Rangers as possible because they know what will happen if the Rangers get too close. Crazy Crabs still in 4th place. Polar Rollers in 3rd. Blues are in 5th, way back there. They're going to have to really catch up if they want to have a good finish here. With the Rangers close behind in the Saucy Speeders, they take different rails. Didn't seem to help much though, as the Crazy Crabs take 2nd place from the Rangers here. They're neck and neck. Rangers take it right back. Rangers do not want to lose any more places than they already have. With the Saucy Speeders up in the front, Crazy Crabs in 3rd. Rangers trying to take second place or first place from these Saucy Speeders. Saucy Speeders are pretty far ahead though, probably 6 or 7 lengths of the conveyor belt. The Crazy Crabs coming up on the Rangers here. For the penultimate lap, Rangers are trying to take it from the Saucy Speeders, trying to catch up. They are gaining some ground. Saucy Speeders looking behind, seeing the green coming up behind them. Gives them all more momentum to just try to keep ahead. Pushed by the Rangers there. Saucy Speeders trying to keep ahead here. This is the final lap. Will the Saucy Speeders be able to take it from the Rangers? And they go in the pit lane. Rangers take first place in the final lap. Ahead of the Saucy Speeders, way ahead. And the Rangers will be your champions of the Singapore Grand Prix, with the Saucy Speeders in second and Crazy Crabs in third place. Rangers taking it at the last second from the Saucy Speeders. This was definitely a comeback for the Rangers, winning their second win in a row of this season. The Rangers fans are cheering yet again for the second win in a row. Let's check out some of these replays. Blues, good counter draft from them. They did have a good first half of the race, but they eventually were overcome by the Saucy Speeders and the Rangers. Crazy Crabs also up there, good for them. They got a second podium. Saucy Speeders, though, really had a bad mistake here in the last lap, taking the pit lane, allowing the Rangers to have their second win. Congratulations to the Rangers for taking the win twice in a row. Their training is really paying off. Hats off to the Saucy Speeders for getting second. Not what they wanted, but still got a podium. Also, the Crazy Crabs getting another podium. They're quietly ranking up the points here. We'll definitely have to keep an eye on them. Here is the full race 2 results. Team Boba falling all the way down to 8th, starting in pole position. This was not a very good race for them. The Rangers still sit top of the standings with 50 points, with the Crazy Crabs coming in at second, and the Polar Rollers are in third place. Thank you all so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe so you don't miss out on race 3 of the Marble Cup Season 2 at London. Good day, everybody. Welcome back, race fans, to the Marble Cup Season 2. After a devastating hiccup on the last lap of race 2, the Saucy Speeders have hired a fresh pit crew and vowed to never let a race slip out of their hands like that again. Here at the London Grand Prix, we have a shorter circuit focusing on speed. Definitely a change of pace from race 2, which focused on strategy. Will the Saucy Speeders live up to their name? We'll have to wait and see. Here are the full Marble Cup standings, with the Rangers on top with 50 points, and here are the final results for race 3. And the qualifying of race 3 is about to begin. The marbles are in the blocks, and away we go. Saucy Speeders take a quick lead with Cheesy Chasers in second, Polar Rollers in third place up the conveyor belt, and they are neck and neck with the Polar Rollers taking the quicker exit. With Cherry Bombs now in third place, Cheesy Chasers in fourth. A lot of marbles coming in after the third place here. Boba in third place, and the Road Racers take second place, with the Polar Rollers in first, and the Saucy Speeders not wanting to lose out on the extra bonus points. And here come the Rangers. They want the bonus points as well. As one thing to keep in mind in the qualifying is the bonus points. Polar Rollers still in the lead for the final lap of the qualifying. Saucy Speeders in second, Rangers battling Team Boba for third place, and the Polar Rollers will be your champions for the qualifying of the race 3, getting the extra 3 bonus points. Every little bit counts here in this season. The Saucy Speeders getting 2 bonus points, and the Rangers get 1. And now, for race 3 of the Marble Cup, the marbles are in the blocks, and away we go. So the Saucy Speeders off to a quick lead. Rangers pressuring them already, wanting to get a quick lead because they know how good the Saucy Speeders are. And there it is. They're in first place. The Saucy Speeders not liking that, coming up close behind. Also getting some pressure from the Cherry Bombs, who have not had a very good season so far. They're hoping to turn the tables. All these marbles here, and a lot of changing of positions there, with the Saucy Speeders eventually coming out on top, with the Rangers still closing in from behind. Definitely a rivalry developing in this season, with the Cherry Bombs also trying to get in on the action. They all need all the points they can get in this race. With the Cheesy Chasers in third place, Poor Rollers in fifth, having a bad bump off of that corner there, allowing the Blues to get closer up behind. The top three still are in a consistent battle right now. Saucy Speeders trying to extend their lead, not having any time for the pit lane as the Cherry Bombs just did there. They got overtaken by the Cheesy Chasers because of the pit lane. Something that you have to do, but you do not want to do it because of time's sake. You have to be strategic on when you use the pit lane, otherwise you will be overtaken. That's one lesson that the Saucy Speeders learned from last race. Do not take the pit lane, especially do not take the pit lane in the last lap. That's what caused them to win. They do have a fresh pit lane or pit crew now. Hopefully they will have some better communication on when to take it. The Cherry Bombs have fallen down the order. Now the Cheesy Chasers are in third place. Saucy Speeders and Rangers still in first and second. Polar Rollers in fourth place. Saucy Speeders are having some luck extending themselves from the Rangers, but they know all too well how good the Rangers are, so they want to keep their lead as long as possible. Hopefully the Cheesy Chasers will be able to overtake the Rangers and get more points, but the Rangers do not want that to happen. They want to keep their streak going. Both of the Rangers and the Cheesy Chasers have a slow turn on that banked corner there, allowing some other marbles to catch up, like the Cherry Bombs. There they are, back in third place, battling with the Cheesy Chasers. The Saucy Speeders have a huge lead here. The Rangers coming in and at second for the 11th lap. Team Boba now in fifth place, with the Cherry Bombs trying to get any closer to the Rangers. The first two marbles are way far ahead from each other and ahead of the rest of the pack. They are definitely trying to make this a one-on-one battle. Rangers trying to catch up to the Saucy Speeders. Saucy Speeders have learned their lesson though. And here come the Cherry Bombs attacking the Rangers here. And they are neck and neck right on this lap. Cherry Bombs trying to pass the Rangers. The Rangers do not want it to happen. Cherry Bombs have a bump on a corner, slowing them down, letting Team Boba to pass them. Team Boba now presenting a challenge to the Rangers. Rangers do not want to get past already. The Saucy Speeders definitely having a dominating win this race so far. The battle really is for second at this point. The Cherry Bombs and the Cheesy Chasers both want a taste of podium. Cherry Bombs have overtaken the Rangers. Rangers are not very happy with the Cheesy Chasers behind them. Top three podium finishers overall from the last season, trying to overtake the Rangers, who are dominating this season so far. With the Cherry Bombs trying to close in the Saucy Speeders, a familiar rivalry, as if you look back at the race or season one. Cherry Bombs out there all alone, just trying to get up to the Saucy Speeders. Saucy Speeders, peace and quiet up at the front, just trying to keep their focus and not mess up. It's one thing the Saucy Speeders, one of their difficulties is trying to just stay focused and not mess up when you're doing so well right at the end. Rangers are catching up to the Cherry Bombs. They're neck and neck as they come down to this bank corner, and the Cherry Bombs counter draft, allowing them to get farther up ahead. The Saucy Speeders still way far ahead. With the Cheesy Chasers now passing the Rangers. Rangers are falling down the order. What is happening to the Rangers? Maybe they are having some trouble with their crew pushing the Rangers marble too hard than he needs to go. And the Cherry Bombs are now coming up on the Saucy Speeders. This is the final lap. Saucy Speeders just trying to keep the lead till the final end. And the Saucy Speeders will be your champions of the race 3 of the Marble Cup, the London Grand Prix, with the Cherry Bombs in second, Cheesy Chasers in third place. Rangers are in fourth. First time they haven't won since the beginning of the season. Definitely a congratulations to the Saucy Speeders, who had a devastating slip up in race 2. Now they have come back with a victory. Let's check out some of these replays. Right at the beginning of the race, there was a lot of changing of positions right at that corner after the pit lane. Some good maneuvers by some of these marbles in this turn. And here's an overtake by the Rangers. Just shows you how devastating that corner can be. Also, you want to have enough speed going through these banked corners or you will slow down. Congratulations to the Saucy Speeders for getting first place, Rangers in second, and Cheesy Chasers in third place. This is very similar to the final standings of the season 1. Just something to keep in mind, you have the 3 podium finishers in this race. Definitely wanting to come back and have a taste of podium. Saucy Speeders come in at 25 points, Cherry Bombs 23, Cheesy Chasers in 21. Rangers only get 19. We'll have to see how this affects the standings. Rangers have 70 points and the Saucy Speeders have climbed the tables. Now they're in second with the Cheesy Chasers in third. Thank you all so much for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe and stay tuned for race 4 of the Marble Cup at Beijing. Good day, everybody. Welcome back, race fans, to the Marble Cup Season 2. After winning the first 2 races, the Rangers finally lost out at London. Will they be able to keep the lead, or will the Saucy Speeders and Cheesy Chasers overtake them? We'll have to see here at the Beijing Grand Prix. This is a longer circuit with 2 returning features, the mini slope and the Hot Wheels track. This will definitely be a challenging race with a wide variety of tracks and turns. Here are the results from the final round with Light Waves in first and Rangers in second. And here are the race 3 standings with the Rangers on top with 70 points. Now for the qualifying, the marbles are in the blocks and away we go with the Rangers in first place, Saucy Speeders in second. The Soapy Waters are in third place. Whole bunch of position changes in that turn. We'll have to keep an eye out on that turn. Definitely a hard turn to go through. The Cheesy Chasers now taking second place. Soapy Waters still in third, trying to take second, but having pressure from the Saucy Speeders behind them. Down the slope they go as the Rangers take the pit lane, and Cheesy Chasers now are in first place. Polar Rollers are in third now. Rangers taking back first place already on the conveyor belt there. Cheesy Chasers are in second. The Rangers are trying to take advantage of the qualifying points, but take the pit lane 2 laps in a row. Definitely having a hard time with the pit lane. Must not have trained enough because they are taking too much pit lane here. And the Cheesy Chasers will be getting the 3 bonus points of the qualifying, with the Polar Rollers getting 2 and Rangers getting only 1. Still okay, but they could have done better. And now for race 4 of the Marble Cup. Marbles are in the blocks and away we go. Polar Rollers taking first place, and now the Cherry Bombs and the Soapy Waters. Whole bunch of lead changes right there, but the Soapy Waters get a big lead with the Cherry Bombs in second. The Rangers and the Cheesy Chasers have fallen down already. They are in the middle and back pack, with the Soapy Waters already having an amazing lead. They aren't really up there in the front very often, so it's good to see them up there. Cherry Bombs also trying to redeem themselves this season, having a lot of pressure from winning last season. They were mid-runners last season though, so you have to keep that in mind. They haven't been in the spotlight very much. Now trying to take first place from the Soapy Waters here. Saucy Speeders are right behind them though. Cherry Bombs and Saucy Speeders are definitely rivals. Soapy Waters having an amazing lead though. The Cheesy Chasers are in 4th place, trying to take 3rd from the Saucy Speeders. Having some trouble with the Lightwaves, but are able to take it back. And the Cherry Bombs take the pit lane, allowing the Saucy Speeders and the Cheesy Chasers to take 2nd and 3rd. Soapy Waters still having an amazing lead, trying to extend themselves from 2nd and 3rd place. Saucy Speeders need another win, with the Cheesy Chasers in 3rd place, trying to keep off from the Lightwaves. Lightwaves are definitely pressuring them here. Saucy Speeders trying to gain ground on the Soapy Waters, trying to look for any mistakes like that one right there, taking the pit lane. Now the Saucy Speeders are right on the Soapy Waters' tails up the conveyor belt. The Soapy Waters definitely wrong time to take the pit lane there. When you are a front runner, taking the pit lane is always a hazard, but it has to be done. The Saucy Speeders did take 1st place on the Saucy Speeders there, and the Soapy Waters take it right back. That was a good move on the inside up the conveyor belt, and the Soapy Waters are still in 1st place. Saucy Speeders, the Soapy Waters are just teasing the Saucy Speeders, giving them a hint of 1st place and then taking it right back. Definitely a mental game here. Cherry Bombs are in 4th place, quietly battling the Cheesy Chasers. They are both really far ahead from the first 2 marbles though. It's a neck-and-neck battle for the podium. Soapy Waters going on, and the Saucy Speeders are still trying to take 2nd place. Cherry Bombs in 3rd, and the Lightwaves are in 4th. Soapy Waters just trying to not make any crucial mistakes that will let the Saucy Speeders to pass them. They can definitely not take the pit lane right now. Cherry Bombs have taken 3rd place up the conveyor belt, and there is the pass by the Saucy Speeders getting to 1st place. Soapy Waters finally falling back down the mini slope here. And now the Soapy Waters are back in 1st place. Definitely a swapping of the 1st place in this race. A neck-and-neck battle between the Saucy Speeders and the Soapy Waters. Saucy Speeders are trying to draft the Soapy Waters. Soapy Waters do know what will happen though if they let them draft too closely. And the Cherry Bombs take the pit lane there, allowing the Cheesy Chasers to take 3rd place. Soapy Waters got a huge lead, and we have a yellow flag. Team Boba is stuck on the track. Soapy Waters now coming, and they bump the Team Boba and get stalled temporarily, losing their big lead. Now the Saucy Speeders take that advantage and take 1st place. And they have now lapped Team Boba. And Team Boba is now in the way of the Soapy Waters, keeping them from getting to the Saucy Speeders here. The Saucy Speeders going up the conveyor belt. Soapy Waters in 2nd, Cheesy Chasers in 3rd place. Cherry Bombs are in 4th. First lapping of a marble in Marble Cup history. Saucy Speeders take the pit lane. This is the final lap. Cheesy Chasers have taken 2nd place, and Cherry Bombs have taken 3rd. Soapy Waters aren't even in the top 3, but the Saucy Speeders will be your champions of race 4 at Beijing, with Cheesy Chasers in 2nd and Cherry Bombs in 3rd place. Definitely a neck-and-neck race between the Saucy Speeders and the Soapy Waters, who end up falling down out of the podium right at the end. Team Boba getting lapped, but the Saucy Speeders are definitely happy to get their 2nd win in a row. We have only had 2 podium winners of this season so far, the Rangers and the Saucy Speeders. Definitely a surprising outcome. Really thought that the Soapy Waters were going to do better than that, as they were in the top 2 the whole race until the final end. Look at this installment of the Team Boba there, got stuck right above the slope. Soapy Waters hitting them. That may have been what caused them to win. Congratulations to the Saucy Speeders for getting 1st place, Cheesy Chasers in 2nd, and Cherry Bombs in 3rd. This is the same 3 marbles that were in the podium last race, the top 3 marbles in Season 1 of the Marble Cup. They are definitely trying to come and overtake the Rangers. We'll have to see how this affects the overall standings when it comes. Here are the full race 4 results. Saucy Speeders in first place with a time of 4 minutes, 41 seconds. And here is the final standings. The Saucy Speeders have taken over the Rangers with 89 points. The Rangers only have 84. Definitely rivalry developing here. We'll have to see how it turns out in the last 2 races of the Marble Cup. Thank you all for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe and stay tuned for race 5 of the Marble Cup at Paris. Good day, everybody. Welcome back, race fans, to the Marble Cup Season 2. Since the beginning of the season, the Saucy Speeders and the Rangers have been battling it out for the coveted pole position. Will the rivalry continue, or will another marble come out on top? We'll have to see here at the Paris Grand Prix. This circuit features the slot car track, the widest track in Marble Cup history. This will also be a shorter track with 19 laps to really test the marble stamina. Here are the full Marble Cup standings right now. The Saucy Speeders in first place, Rangers in second, and the Cheese Chasers are in third place. And here are the final results for race 5. And now, for the qualifying. The marbles are in the blocks. And away we go. The Cherry Bombs in first place. Polar Rollers taking first place right at the beginning of the race, but have a hard time on the side of the pit lane, allowing Cherry Bombs to take it back. Light Waves are in third place, presenting a challenge to the Polar Rollers, who are in second. As we start the second lap here, Polar Rollers are lagging behind the Cherry Bombs, who are trying to at least get some points this season. They have not been doing a very good job this season compared to last season. Polar Rollers have taken first place though, with the Light Waves trying to come in and take second place from the Cherry Bombs, who take the pit lane there, which allow these Light Waves to take second place. Definitely not a good idea to take the pit lane in the qualifying round. And the Polar Rollers will be your champions of the qualifying of race 5, the Marble Cup. Light Waves in second, Road Racers are in third. Cherry Bombs fell down all the way to 7th. That's not the way you want to do this qualifying. The Polar Rollers end up getting 3 bonus points, with Light Waves with 2, and the Road Racers get 1. And now, for race 5 of the Marble Cup in Paris. The marbles are in the blocks. And away we go. The Light Waves taking the pole position right at the beginning of the race. Road Racers are in second, but they do mess up on that corner, but allowing some other marbles to pass them, including the Road Racers and the Crazy Crabs. But now they take over the Road Racers. Road Racers take it back. The third place is having a lot of swapping of positions right here as they go up the conveyor belt in the second lap. Road Racers trying to take the third place from Team Boba, as the Crazy Crabs are pressuring the Light Waves up there in first and second. Team Boba in third, who takes the pit lane, allows the Road Racers to take third place. Crazy Crabs has taken first place from the Light Waves. Light Waves take it back. The Road Racers are in third place now. Light Waves have not won a race in Marble Cup history, so they are definitely trying to extend themselves from the rest of the field to make the best possible chance of them winning. The Crazy Crabs are in second, as the Team Boba takes second place but take the pit lane again, and the Road Racers now are in second place. And Polar Rollers are back up here climbing the tables, as they are now in third place, trying to pass the Road Racers, who are trying to catch back up to the Light Waves. Light Waves doing a tremendous job so far in this race, extending themselves from second and third place, who are battling it out here. Polar Rollers trying to take back second place from the Road Racers. They had pole position and lost it immediately. They definitely have a strength more in qualifying than in the actual race. The Light Waves still have a huge lead here, as the Rangers and Saucy Speeders are nowhere to be seen. Saucy Speeders are in 5th, but that is not a very good position so far in this race, as the top 3 marbles are so much farther ahead than the rest of the field. Saucy Speeders now have fell down to 7th. The Road Racers trying to catch back up to the Light Waves. Light Waves has already exited the conveyor belt before the Road Racers have even entered it.
Polar Rollers are in third place, trying to take it from the Road Racers, but the top 3 marbles right now are all really spaced apart. The Light Waves take the pit lane there, and the Road Racers have caught up to these Light Waves because of the taking of the pit lane. That is something about front running, is that you must take the pit lane at some point, but you don't want to do it because it will let the other marbles behind you catch up. That's definitely one of the challenges of front running. With the Road Racers catching up to the Light Waves here, Polar Rollers are also catching up. As we take a look at the backfield here for all the marbles that are not being covered very much because of the top 3 marbles farthest ahead. The Light Waves have extended themselves from the Road Racers yet again. Polar Rollers trying to catch back up to the Road Racers. The Road Racers are trying to catch back up to the Light Waves. Light Waves are just having a blast here. But amidst the fun, they still have to be able to keep their focus and not be able to make any crucial mistakes that will allow the Road Racers to catch back up. You have to have a certain set of skills if you want to be a front runner. You have to be able to get far ahead of the rest of the field, and you have to not be able to make any crucial mistakes that will allow them to catch back up to you. And the Light Waves are doing well in those categories right now. But the Polar Rollers are catching up to the Road Racers for second place. They're neck and neck here on the conveyor belt. Polar Rollers having some trouble catching up. The Light Waves still up there way far ahead, and the Light Waves are starting to catch up to the back of the field. We may have a possible lapping here. The Algaes are in last place, and they see the Light Waves coming up back behind them. That must be humiliating. The Algaes have 2 choices. They can either try to stay far enough ahead from the Light Waves that they are not being bothered by them, or they can slow down and cause the Light Waves to have a trouble passing them, allowing the Road Racers to catch back up. And the Light Waves have caught up to the back of the pack there, neck and neck on the conveyor belt, with the Light Waves not lapping anybody yet. We'll have to see. As we start to begin the final lap of race 5 in Paris, Light Waves have a huge lead from second place, who is the Polar Rollers, who have taken second place from the Road Racers. Light Waves trying to pass the Soapy Waters here in the final turns of the race, and they do end up lapping the Soapy Waters, and they are the champions of race 5 of the Marble Cup. The Polar Rollers are in second. Road Racers have fell down to third. They were in second for the most of the race, but they end up falling down to third. Still got a podium, but the Polar Rollers have taken them over. Light Waves fans cheering as loud as they can because they have never won a race in Marble Cup history. Today is definitely history in the making. Let's take a look at some of these replays. It was definitely a dominating race by the Light Waves, although they did have some trouble at the beginning before they could extend themselves from the rest of the field. Here they took the pit lane, which allows the Road Racers to catch back up. They were able to get farther ahead though. Here is the final lapping of the Soapy Waters. Congratulations to the Light Waves for getting first place. First time in history that they have gotten first place, with the Polar Rollers in second and the Road Racers are in third place. Definitely a dominating race by the Light Waves. They have something to be proud of. With the Pole Sitters Polar Rollers coming in at second over the Road Racers, who had second most of the race, they have a good accomplishment as well. Here are the full race 5 results, with Light Waves in first place, Polar Rollers in second, Road Racers third, Team Boba fourth, and Saucy Speeders end up getting fifth. A decent finish, but definitely not first. Saucy Speeders are still up at the top of the tables, with Rangers in second, Cheesy Chasers are in third, and the Light Waves have climbed the tables a little bit. They are now in 8th. Thank you all so much for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe, and stay tuned for the final race of the Marble Cup at Tokyo. Good day, everybody. Welcome back, race fans, to the Marble Cup Season 2. After 5 grueling races, 4 teams are in contention for the overall championship. Who will win the final race of the Marble Cup? We'll have to find out here at the Tokyo Grand Prix. This circuit features the return of the rumble strip, as well as a banked corner and an S section. This is definitely the grand stage for the final race of Marble Cup Season 2. Here are the full standings. In order for the Saucy Speeders to take the overall championship, all they have to do is get 5th or less, or a total of 16 points. And here are the final results for race 6. And now, for the qualifying of the final race of Season 2, the marbles are in the blocks, and away we go. The Soapy Waters taking the lead right at the beginning of the race, and they are now overtaken by the Polar Rollers, who take the right side of the rumble strip. Unfortunately, 3 marbles do take the rumble strip, including the Saucy Speeders, who bring them down all the way to the back of the pack. Polar Rollers are extending themselves from the rest of the field. Lightwaves trying to have another win in a row, with Algaes in 3rd place, facing pressure from the Blues. As they go down the wrong side of the rumble strip, losing 2 places to the Blues and Cheesy Chasers, who is now in 3rd place, setting their sights on the Polar Rollers, who have fell down to 2nd, losing out to the Lightwaves. For the starting of the final lap of the final qualifying, Lightwaves are in 1st place, followed by the Polar Rollers, followed by the Cheesy Chasers. 2 of the top 3 marbles are in contention for the overall win. Saucy Speeders and Rangers are down in 9th and 10th, with the Lightwaves having a huge lead in this final lap. Lightwaves for sure are going to be the winners of the qualifying for the final race of Tokyo, but the Polar Rollers and Cheesy Chasers are the marbles you really want to keep your eye on right now, because they are the 2 marbles in contention for the win. With the Polar Rollers getting 2 bonus points, Cheesy Chasers getting 1. The Saucy Speeders end up getting 11th, with the Rangers in 9th. These 2 top marbles are not in a good starting position for the final race. Will they be able to hold the lead, or will they be taken over by another marble? And now, the marbles are in the blocks, and away we go for the final race of the Marble Cup Season 2, with the Blues in 1st place, Algaes in 2nd. Crazy Crabs have taken 3rd, but they lose it now because of the rumble strip, and the Polar Rollers have taken 3rd and 2nd. Now they are neck and neck with the Blues, and now have taken 1st place, with the Blues now in 2nd, facing pressure from the Algaes. The Polar Rollers are the lowest team that are mathematically possible to get the overall championship, so they are making the most of this race. The 3 other marbles are back in the pack, so they definitely need to get back up if they want a chance of winning. With the Cheesy Chasers having trouble with the pit lane there, they're definitely having a bad race so far. The Polar Rollers are just extending themselves from the rest of the field, with the Algaes in 2nd. Road Racers have now taken 3rd place, trying to pressure the Algaes. None of the other marbles in contention are in the sight. Polar Rollers take the pit lane there. Now they are in 2nd, with the Algaes now in 1st. Polar Rollers are facing pressure from the Road Racers and the Cherry Bombs, who want a taste of podium. At least they can get further up in the standings, even though they can't get the win. Cherry Bombs trying to catch back up, but they take the rumble strip, losing some time and places. Polar Rollers still trying to take back 1st place from the Algaes, who have not had a very good season so far. Road Racers facing pressure from the Lightwaves, who want to have another win in a row. They won the last race, so they have a reputation to hold, sort of. The Algaes still trying to stay ahead. In a collision there from the Polar Rollers and the Road Racers, having a hard time getting in the pit lane, going backwards, hitting the Road Racers from behind. Hopefully that didn't give too much damage to the Polar Rollers or the Road Racers. We definitely want safe marble racing. Still smooth sailing for the Algaes, as they are still far ahead of the Polar Rollers, who are still facing pressure from the Road Racers. And we have a yellow flag. The Cheesy Chasers are stuck on the rumble strip. They are out of contention for the overall championship. What a disappointment for them. With the Algaes coming up, they are about to lap the Cheesy Chasers. Hopefully they'll be able to get dislodged with the rest of the pack, as the rest of the pack is about to pass the Cheesy Chasers, and they narrowly miss the Lightwaves and are still stuck. They have been lapped now. And the Algaes are taking advantage of this chaos, just trying to stay ahead of the Polar Rollers, who are just trying to catch back up, but they are facing pressure from the Road Racers still. And now the Cheesy Chasers have been lapped yet again, and they are still not dislodged. What a tragedy for the Cheesy Chasers. Being lapped twice, this is a first in Marble Cup history. Polar Rollers still trying to catch back up to the Algaes for the third lapping of the Cheesy Chasers in a row, with the Crazy Crabs now taking third place. All these top marbles are avoiding Cheesy Chasers, who do get dislodged by the Cherry Bombs. Definitely an act of kindness for the Cherry Bombs, going out of their way to dislodge the Cheesy Chasers, with now the Polar Rollers and the Algaes battling for first place, swapping briefly, but the Algaes are able to hold first place. As we are in the 10th lap here, Algaes take the rumble strip, and now Polar Rollers are in first place, and the Soapy Waters are in second, trying to catch up to the Polar Rollers, who have regained first place. The Saucy Speeders are in 7th. You have to keep watching that time tower, because if they get down to 5th like right now, they still can win the overall championship. With the Polar Rollers trying to extend their lead, just trying to make all odds possible that they'll be able to win this championship. They have already eliminated one marble, which is the Cheesy Chasers. Now all they have to do is beat the Rangers and Saucy Speeders, who are in 5th place right now, as we are in the 12th lap, 2 laps to go, with the Algaes are still in 3rd place. Polar Rollers facing pressure from the Soapy Waters, with the Saucy Speeders coming up behind the Road Racers in 5th place. The Polar Rollers are biting their nails right now as they watch Saucy Speeders and Rangers climb up the tables, while still having to fend off these Soapy Waters, who want a final win. The Polar Rollers are definitely under a lot of pressure, having to fend off these Soapy Waters as they are watching the Saucy Speeders climb the tables. They only have 1 lap to go after this lap. They just have to stay focused and not make any crucial mistakes. Learn from what they've seen from the Saucy Speeders as we start the final lap. Polar Rollers are in first place, Soapy Waters in second, Algaes in third, Road Racers in fourth, Saucy Speeders are in 5th place. This is a crucial moment, and they take the rumble strip, allowing some marbles to pass them. Polar Rollers are still in first place. Will they be able to take the overall victory? We'll have to wait and see, but the Polar Rollers are your champions of race 6 of the Marble Cup in Tokyo, with the Soapy Waters in second, Road Racers in third, Algaes 4th, Lightwaves 5th, Crazy Crabs 6th, Saucy Speeders fall down all the way to 9th. Polar Rollers are definitely happy about this win. They may be able to take the overall championship. We'll have to wait and see. Let's take a look at some of these replays. Cheesy Chasers getting stuck on the rumble strip in the middle of the race, crushing their dreams of winning the Marble Cup. Definitely an unfortunate event for them. Congratulations to the Polar Rollers for getting first place, Soapy Waters in second, and Road Racers in third. This is the first win of the season for the Polar Rollers, and we'll have to see how it turns out in the final championship standings. Definitely an exciting race today, from the Cheesy Chasers getting stuck on the track to the championship contention. Who will come out on top? We'll have to wait and see. Here are the full race 6 results. Polar Rollers first, Soapy Waters second, Road Racers third, Algaes 4th, Lightwaves come in at 5th, and the Rangers are in 8th, Saucy Speeders 9th, and Cheesy Chasers have been lapped in 12th. The Polar Rollers have definitely set themselves up for a good chance of winning the overall championship, and now it's time to announce the results. Congratulations to the Polar Rollers, your Marble Cup Season 2 champions, with the Saucy Speeders coming in at second and the Rangers in third place. This was definitely an exciting season, with a rivalry between the Rangers and the Saucy Speeders for the entirety of the season, but ultimately it was a comeback story, with the Polar Rollers taking it right at the last race. Congratulations to them. And now it is time for the Polar Rollers victory lap. The Polar Rollers Marble has invited the fans to come along with him to celebrate on the track, starting a new Marble Cup tradition. Here are the full final results for the Marble Cup Season 2, with the Polar Rollers getting first place with 116 points, 1 point higher than the Saucy Speeders. This was definitely a steal of a win, and had they not gotten second place in the qualifying, the Saucy Speeders would have been champions. The Rangers in third place, Cheesy Chasers getting fourth, with the Light Waves in fifth place. Last season's champions, Cherry Bombs, getting seventh. Thank you all so much for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe, and stay tuned for Season 3 of the Marble Cup. And until next time, this has been Marble Sports Pro. Good day, everybody.